What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to Spoil. I just got off work, so we're going to take a look at this update and see what all entails in this thing. So, guys, the first thing you're going to notice is you got the 4th anniversary event mission where we're going to be able to farm all these tokens here in order to try to get Gato from the event, which is actually really good. I'm really happy to see that they did this, and all these ones that say daily, you're going to be able to do these every single day and collect those. And so make sure that you do those. And the ones that say event, you're going to be able to do these so many times. So do keep that in mind when you're farming for these tokens. And then you have the Shermy Crafting event where they do, obviously, they got stones in here. You can actually get shards for them, right? I mean, pretty much the same old. And these stones only work for, BOS syndrome fighters, not for boss fighters, guys, only for these BOS. It is different. You got to capitalize B, lowercase o, and then capitalize S. So that is something to keep in mind. This one here actually increases grab and strike skills. And then the other stone, I believe, increases critical rate. Pretty much the same old, guys. It's just going to only apply to these certain characters. But yeah, this is going to be the stone for your CP. And then the other stone is going to be probably really more for damage. And you can also get Gato's 3PG from here, which is pretty awesome. All you need is 100 of these babies. And you can actually get his 3PG and pick which one of these you actually want. That's actually really awesome that they put this in here. And everybody's going to be able to get those things, guys. I mean, you only need 100. You only need 100 of these, and you can get them from multiple sources. You can get them from the Dangerous Women. I don't know how high you got to go in here in order to get it. It does kind of suck that Gato can't be used here. You have to use either Shermy or Lady Choi, but I guess it is what it is. And then also you can actually get it from the event codex, right? So if you go to the event codex in here, when you click on Gato, whenever you get Gato to level 90, which everybody's going to get Gato, guys, you're going to be able to get these tokens, and you're going to be able to get his 3PG for free. Right? I mean, all you gotta do is just play the event, and you're gonna get Gato, and you'll get these things, and you'll probably be going to be getting some of these stones. I don't know if everybody's gonna be able to go to A3 yet or not. Like I said, I just logged in, but usually whenever we have these kinds of events, like what we did with Chun-Li and Soul Bad Guy back in the day, we were free-to-play players were able to get these characters to A3. So I'm pretty much hoping that everybody's going to be able to do it with this guy as well. He is an SS character. So if you do have regular SS memories, you can level them up that way. And whenever you're getting memories for this guy, once you get 3 memories, you can actually just do a change of kit for him automatically. And yeah, that's pretty cool. And you can also get these tokens from the Band of Sisters Rush event. Now, the Rush event is pretty much the same old, guys. You want to use these characters, put them on your team, so that way you can acquire more points, so that way you can gain more of these tokens at a time, right? You'll get more bang for your buck as long as you use some more of these characters on your teams. And then they got the card sets in here where it actually increases the BOS syndrome fighters Shock, Starlight, and Bleed. This is really great for both Lady Choi and Shermy because they both have Bleed Explosion and Shock Explosion. And then the rest of the cards increase attack, which is it's going to be a good set for them, guys. It's going to be a good set. I mean, and then, of course, you get experience balls, gold hammers, and then, of course, you can get some of these tokens and get some of these here as well. That's actually really cool that those are in here, and you're going to be able to farm some rubies along the way, which is definitely something I'm going to be doing. And also, you can get them from the check-in page, guys. Logging in, you'll be able to farm for these things. You're going to be able to get these tokens through here. This is actually really nice that we're going to be able to get these tokens. You're going to be able to get this right here. That's actually really cool that all that is in here. That is pretty damn sweet. So we jump out here and we go to 4th Celebration Line Bingo. So in here, guys, right, when you start going through all this, you're going to be able to collect all these tokens. You're going to be able to get all these tokens. This is tier 1, right? So there's going to be different tiers. You're going to be able to get 60 shards from here, right? And you're going to be able to get this option card that is going to be a really awesome CP card for any EX fighter. This is actually really awesome that they're giving that for free. That's pretty damn, by the way, the artwork looks awesome. She looks awesome. But I mean, they're giving quite a few of these things. That is pretty damn sweet. And to play the bingo, you're going to have to get some of these tickets. And you actually get these tickets from the Angels Road Trip. I'm not going to play this right now, guys. There's a little mini game that you can actually play in here to get those tickets. My controllers are not mapped for this game mode, so I can't play, but it's a pretty cutesy little game mode to actually play. Pretty cool. And then you have the collection room where you can actually, have some badges of honor that you can post up for yourself, which is, I mean, kind of nice. I know I'm kind of briefly going over this very quickly, but the video is going to be long enough as it is. So I'm kind of speeding up things a little bit. And then we also have the event summons for Gato. And this is actually really cool, guys. I mean, these events, you get these tokens here, so you can actually pick this guy up, and this is pretty awesome. And the fact that it lasts 22 days gives everybody a lot of time to farm for those tokens. That's actually pretty damn sweet. I'm going to click back on there. And when you take a look at Gato, He is a yellow balance type fighter. He does increase BOS syndrome fighter attack by 65% and decrease tech cooldown by 2%. This is a very good leadership for, Lady Choi and Shermy, obviously, and himself, the decreased tech cooldowns. It can come in handy in certain things, but nothing really major in the game right now. Maybe Tower of Trial, especially if we have the new card set, which we will talk about here in a little bit. But according to his core effects, he's got 30% PG rate. He's got, Blast, Strike Skill, Max HP. Instantly recovers all team members' power by 4% upon using Fang of Darkness on 2-second cooldown, which means that he's going to give them a lot of damn power. That's actually pretty damn nice. And increase active skill damage by 40% when Hotaru is in the team. And then increase active skill damage dealt to enemies affected by Starlight. Decreases active skill cooldown by 0.5 seconds upon landing a hit on a Starlight target. So he's got the CDR core where, the cooldown reduction core, wherever you apply a dot, you can start spamming through your skills even faster. And then his special signature obtains power by 1.4% every 0.4 seconds when in guard stance. So it's when he's guarding, he's going to actually obtain power. And he's going to decrease damage received by 70% for 3 seconds when accumulated attacks, guard included, receive reaches 5 times. That's actually nice. And then when you take a look at his skills, guys, like his EX skill, right? He's got Penetrate and he's got Weaken. We know what Weaken is. Resets attack cooldown, increase all damage critical rate by 17% for 15 seconds. Okay, so kind of like Kyo. And then you have the next one here, which increased all enemy damage received by 30% for 15 seconds, which is Weaken, right? Unfortunately, we've already got, Bison, and we already got Iori, we already got Leona. So this really isn't, it's good. He's an SS character. You can level him up, but I think unless you're a big fan of Gato, it's not really going to come in that handy, to be honest. At least not as of right now in the game. And then he has his skill 1, right? Which is a tap and go skill. So the first time you tap it, decrease damage received by 85%. Gives him a nice little attack buff. And then he also increased penetration by 1500. But when you hold it down, or when you tap it twice, it increases all timber's attack by 40% for 12 seconds upon use. That's actually really damn good that he does that. Damn, increase attack by 40%. All you gotta do is just have this character to do that, right? He doesn't need to be leveled up. You could easily have him at level 90, put him in the leadership, and yeah, that is pretty damn nutty that he does that. Plus, he increases Starlight Shock and Bleed by 55%. So he buffs up himself, he buffs up Shermy, and he's gonna buff up Lady Choi. Wow. And then his second skill, 7% chance to reset when Fang upon landing a skill, increase target damage received by 35%. That increased target damage received is also really nice because we know, last for A6, we know you can use that. And then you could use the character afterwards and they would still get that increased target damage received. And then applies a Starlight for 8 seconds by landing a skill, guard included. And yeah, deals Starlight damage at 45% attack every 1 second, increases damage received by 15%. Nice. And then he's got an interrupt skill, limited to standing and airborne, gains hyper armor, 70% chance to remove the target's super armor or hyper armor upon landing a hit on target with super armor or hyper armor. He looks like a strong character, that's for damn sure. He definitely looks like a hell of a support for Shermy and Lady Choi, and we all know they're really going to be the ones that stand out as far as damage. And then he has the nice striker bonus with increased Starlight damage equals 40% of attack to all enemies every 1 second for 10 seconds. That's actually a really good striker effect. And in order for us to take a look at good old Gato, we need to go to the SS fighters here, right? And so we can take a look at his skills here. Let's take a look at these babies and see what they look like. Okay, we'll hit that skill. Nice, there's that Starlight. Nice. And then third skill. That's a pretty quick little grab that he does. Okay, it looks like they could escape right out of it though. We'll see. And then Freeze Fang is default. Alright. Nice, applies the Starlight. And then Flaming Serpent. And this is the 3PG that we're all getting for free. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Kind of like the music, man. Not bad, not bad. Pretty cool character, man. Pretty much going to be a support more than anything, I would say. But still a free character that everybody's going to get, which is actually pretty damn awesome. Now, when you take a look at the card sets for these characters, the set cards that you can actually get in the banner are pretty OP, guys. The First card increases critical rate. The second card increases defense and balance fire combat power by 30,000. And I mean, this is actually really cool because this is defense and balance type. So this is going to be a really good card set for CP. That's actually really nice. For those types of characters, balance and defense. And then, of course, the 30% chance to charge 5 power slots by laying an active skill. Once again, guys, be able to go in your 3PG or 5PG, well, 3PG in their case, super, super fast. And this is going to work on any character in the game. That's another thing that's really nice about this. And also, it does give a solid increased attack by 17%, deals additional damage equal to 100% of attack when landing an active skill. There's no cooldown on this. And upon using an awakened skill, consumes all power and activates quick mode for 13 seconds. Increase attack speed by 2% for every power that's consumed and decreases active skill cooldown by 12%. We're going to have to see how this card set is actually going to play out. But honestly, guys, like with everything in the game right now, I mean, it really isn't needed in all honesty, guys. But Shermy's Exposition Attack, love the name of her 3PG. Increased attack by 12% for 10 seconds. Nice increased attack. Very, very good. And then we have Death Slash with Lady Choi. And she obtains 12% power when using Death Slash. So really no damage buffs. I mean, Shermy gets a little bit of one. Then you got My Gift here. And this is pretty cool because this card actually does increase her shock damage, decrease skill cooldown. Honestly, these cards really haven't really... They tend to help a little bit. But it's nothing really too over the top in all honesty, but it's still pretty sweet to have. Now let's take a look at the characters. So we'll start with Lady Choi. So Lady Choi is a green defensive fighter. Not bad. She increased the EX fighter attack by 30%, obtains power by 5% when killing an enemy. So really good leadership for time attack guys. But honestly, time attack is really pretty much a joke anymore. For the most part, pretty much most days, it's not going to be that big a deal. It really won't. But it could come in handy in the future for maybe another game mode. And then her core effect, 30% PG rate, increased damage by a critical hit. I mean, the EX fighter is going to get all the good stuff. The increased critical rate, the bleeding fear immunity, right? So poor Rugal, right? And poor Akuma and any other characters got fear. 30% chance to apply fear to the attacker for 2 seconds when attacked. So nice little counter fear there on a 14-second cooldown. Deals bleed damage equal to 150% of attack for 1 second every 0.2 seconds to the target upon landing a skill. Not bad. And decreased damage received by 8% when attacked by a bleeding target. So once she applies bleed, she's going to decrease damage received, increasing her survivability. And then she has a 40% chance to reset active skill cooldown upon landing lower vein stab. EX skill cooldown 13 seconds. Increase attack and defenses, which is really good for this character, by 25% for 5 seconds upon landing a skill. This stats up 6 times, which means this goes up to 150%. That's a lot. And then becomes immune to damage for 2 seconds when HP is 35% less, and then gains 25% power during 20 or more combos. So she's going to gain power like no other big time. And then when you look at her EX skills, she has max activated and heavy blow. So max activated resets special move cooldown, gains 40% power upon use. In addition, special move damage increased by 50% for 15 seconds. Nothing really too special there. And then heavy blow, which resets attack cooldowns, increases all team members' strike skills damage by 50%. So, I mean, if you got a character with some strike skills, I mean, and you got this girl at A5, right, which requires a lot of resources, then, yeah, she's going to be a hell of a support for characters with strike skills, although more than likely, you'll probably be playing with her instead. And then we have skill 1, which, I mean, guys, it's the Luke effect, right? The decreased cooldown of ultimate move by 5 seconds. He was the first character to get that from Street Fighter, and now they're giving it to one of the EX characters, an all-star character, and she does increase attack by 70% for 5 seconds. That's crazy. And applies bloodshed to all enemies for 14 seconds. So she applies bloodshed to everybody on the damn screen. Really, really crazy, guys. Really powerful skill. And then her second skill, able to move while in use. So you can move this skill while you're using it. Increased attack by 85% of defense, which is the highest attack of defense in the game for 6 seconds when using the skill. Increased target damage received by 40%. So she's got a lot of massive buffs on her. And, of course, she's got the big 5.5 times explosion. And then she has the, hyper armor. It's limited to standing airborne, so it's an interrupt skill. PvP exclusive, 50% chance to remove the target's hyper armor, damage immunity, or critical hit shield, so reducing their opponent's survivability, or at least a 50% chance to remove their survivability. And then this is the skill we all seen in the trailer where she does her default. You can move it around as well, gains 50% power, and increase attack by 15% for 10 seconds. Really, really nice. And then all team members obtain 15% power from her striker bonus. There is a little pause there before she strikes, but she's going to apply bleed no matter what because it applies to all enemies. That was pretty quick. I like the little spin she does at the end there. I mean, guys, if you don't like that little spin and that little view you get at the end, I don't know what to say. Not bad, not bad. Nat Marvel, you're kind of dirty, man. You're kind of dirty. But let's take a look at the default here. This skill, you can actually move it around. And that's a long damn skill, too. And it hits like, I mean, guys, the hits that thing does. And then her 3PG. Kind of reminds you of Leona. Yeah, I mean, she's going to be strong, guys. She's going to be OP. She's going to be OP. Bigger than crap. Both these girls are going to be OP. Then you take a look at Shermy, who's a red balance, which I don't care for at all. There's a lot of strong red characters already in the game, but obviously, Shermy's going to be a very powerful character, guys. She increases balance type fighter attack by 60%. She has 30% PG rate, increased damage by 18% on critical hit, 4% critical rate increase. She has freeze and petrify immunity. Activate standing spin kick when attacking targets that can't be grabbed. For 1 second, inflicts chill damage equal to 550% of attack every 0.1 seconds, so similar to Mary. And then becomes immune to damage for 4 seconds when attacked on a 10-second cooldown. So every other 6 seconds, she's going to have a damage immunity. And then increase critical rate by 15% for 3 seconds upon landing an attack. And this resets upon landing a critical hit. So this is really nice. This is just like Angel's passive, giving that huge critical rate buff. We'll have to see how the successor set might play out on her. And then inflicts symbol for 7 seconds upon landing a critical hit on target. It increases the shock explosion by 250% upon attacking a target with a symbol. Increases damage of bleed and starlight dealt to the target with a symbol by 70%. So characters with bleed and starlight, their damage is going to go up. Characters with shock explosion, their damage is going to go up, right? I mean, if I'm reading this right, a character like Ryu has shock explosion. His shock explosion is going to go up. Obviously, Shermy's will too. She also has shock explosion. When you look at her EX skills, guys, her first one is Assault, and you need TPGs to be able to use this thing, and it gives her the standing spin kick activated on target. Upon landing a hit, deals chill damage equal to 550% of attack every 0.15 seconds for 1 second. So this only lasts for 1 second, but you can use it again and again with that 2PG, and especially with all the buffs that we're getting from PG with Gato. I mean, that might be pretty good on her. And then also increase all enemies shock damage received by 35%, which is going to increase her shock damage, right? And then her first skill, right, is a tap and go skill. First time you tap it, increase attack by 70% for 5 seconds, drops lightning on target upon use. And of course, this is that lightning effect that increases your skill cooldowns, a real annoying effect that the original Ignis has, a Lady Chang has. It's just super annoying. Eileen. When you have those cooldowns of like 12 seconds, it's just ridiculous, and you can't do anything. And then she also deals shock damage to 60% of attack every 1 second for 14 seconds. That is a long time to have shock applied, right? And then when you tap the skill twice, she has a 50% chance to reset Shermy Clutch EX, which is her first skill. And then she has a PvP exclusive. Look at this PvP exclusive. This is crazy. Removes all enemy shield and damage immunity upon use. That's 100%, guys. That's 100%. She removes it 100%, no matter where you're at in the damn screen. If that thing's up, they can remove your shield and immunity. And then PvP exclusive, disable all enemies roll for 3 seconds, which again is nuts for this girl because she's got a grab. Think about it. And then her second skill, 50% chance to reset cooldown of Shermy Clutch. Once again, the first skill, increased target damage received, the shock explosion, 5.5 times, this nutty stuff, guys. And then, the interrupt skill to standing and airborne, hyper armor, and then recover all team members' HP by 5% upon use. That's actually pretty damn OP on a 3-second cooldown. I mean, that could definitely come in handy in something like the Tower of Trials, but guys, like I've said before, when it comes to Tower of Trials, right now, currently, it's just not a big deal in the game. You're not going to spend, 30,000 plus rubies on a character just so you can play in a game mode to get 3,000 rubies if you're at stage 60 in Tower Trials. You're just not going to do it, right? This is kind of the problem with Kofas. We need some content. So that way, when I look at a character like this, I can be like, oh, this would be really useful in this game mode where you actually get rewarding content. But unfortunately, I really can't say that. But she is absolutely gorgeous, man. I mean, it's Shermy. She looks wonderful, right? It's kind of a shame that I, got to talk about that kind of stuff whenever these beautiful characters are in the game, but it's just the truth. And then her default does deal shock damage for 10 seconds, and it applies to all enemies. Let's take a look at good old Shermy here. Nice. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, she's gonna be nutty, guys. Not bad, not bad. Now let's take a look at the Shermy Exposition here, the 3PG. That is awesome. That's awesome. It really is, man. Like, those of you that are fans of Shermy, you're obviously loving the hell out of this, right? She's big time waifu. As in, Lady Choi is going to be big time waifu for a lot of players. She's absolutely beautiful. Both of them are. They're gorgeous characters. And they are going to be OP, right? Whether or not you guys should pull for it. I mean, you got the limited rubies. However, maybe you'd want to use your limited rubies on this here instead. So in the shop, guys, they brought in the Paywall set. And you got to buy all three of these, right? But you are going to get these tokens. That's actually really good to help get Gato in. You can use rubies, so I like the fact that you can use rubies for this. It's actually really nice that they did that. They did give free rubies, guys, and this set will work on any character in the game. It doesn't matter who they are. The problem with the set is that, I mean, first of all, it does increase active skill damage. It does decrease the base cooldowns of ultimate moves by 2.5 seconds. That's actually really nice. And it does decrease the attack cooldowns by 2.3 seconds. This is something that's really, really good for something like Tower of Trials or Time Attack. But Time Attack isn't all that difficult anymore. It really isn't. Right? I mean, most players can pretty much get SS ranks most of the time. Not always, but most of the time in there. Right? And we have card sets that actually offer PG gain, like the Mr. Big set that you can actually go into the craft and craft those things, right? So it's fine, right? But it's definitely not some big power creep. And then increase attack by 14%, obtains power by 4% when killing an enemy. Other team members have gained power by 20% when tagging out. So, I mean, like I said, this is a really good set for, like, to have and switch to your next character. Your next character is going to pretty well be able to go into a 3PG pretty much immediately. You're decreasing its attack cooldowns. It's going to make it easier in things like Time Attack and Tower Trials. But again, guys, it's just, do you really need it? Is it really a big thing? No, I mean, but you can pick it up, right? If you feel like, you want to get these tokens here and try to get Gato leveled up a little bit more, because I mean, this is 2,000 right here, and this is 800, and that's over halfway to one pity to get Gato. You need 5,000 of those things to pick him up. And then in this one here, you can actually choose a BS or SS character. Now, this is what I kind of like about this, is that every player can do this, right? If you have the rubies available, you can actually pick a character that you're trying to level up, whether it's a BS or SS. Now, if you're a player that already has your BS and SS character leveled up, that you wanted leveled up, you're not going to give two craps about this, and you probably won't really care about the card set for the most part. But if you're a player that is trying to do a change-up kit on one of these BS or SS characters, then you won't have to wait, and you just need that one memory. You won't have to wait till the banner to get them, right? You can actually pick them up right from here. You can just use rubies to get them. And this in total cost, I mean, 6,000, you're looking at 8,000 rubies, guys. You can easily spend 8,000 rubies just trying to get one memory in a banner. I mean, during the Cronin banner, guys, I went to 3 pities, right? And I only got Cronin once. And I didn't even get Keel one time in 3 pities. 3 pities. Think about that. So, like, if you have abysmal luck and you got rubies lying around, guys, and again, they gave us 7,000 rubies, you could easily purchase a few of these, use some of your own rubies, just use 2,000 of your own rubies, and you could get this card set. You get this BS and SS memory selector. You'll get these capsules. That's actually, I mean, it's honestly, that's there's actually some good value in this thing. I mean, if you really are looking for an SS or BS memory for a specific character, this is actually a really good deal for you. But for players that already have their SS and BS characters, they're not really going to care. So, I mean, it's really up to you guys whether or not you want to queue it up. I will talk more about these deals here, guys. This video has already been long enough, but I'm sure I missed a few things, guys. I mean, I just got off work. I just kind of went through the update, but let me know what you all think about the update. And I do stream on Twitch at 9 p.m. GD+7 time. The link is in the description below. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one. See you, everybody.